Oh, it's fun. Thanks for
Welcome
playing.
back to the Jeremiah Show. My special guest today, Jon Lindsay, is out in Savannah, Georgia. It's happy hour out there, so John took a little break with me, and we're having happy hour together. We're playing his new album, Big Stage. You're loving it, I'm sure, as much as I do, and as much as John probably does. A lot of hard work you can tell on this album, but it's such, it's got to be one of your new favorites. Put it in your playlist, and you can pre-save it right now by going to Jon Lindsay Music, JONLINDSAY music.com or at daffinrecords.com. It's out on May 16th. You can get it then. But again, like I said, pre-save it now so you'll be reminded and it will populate and come in. And we're listening to Dear Assassin, which I think is one of my favorite, not only for the music and the melodies, um, but I also really love the lyrics and it's kind of a neat idea. I won't give away the song, but you listen to it, and it's a neat idea for a song. Storytelling is what Jon Lindsay is all about, and creating great music. Welcome back, John.
Good to be back. Give it away now. Totally.
Yeah.
You can tell the Dear Assassin secret trick that it pulls off if you want. Go for it.
I'd rather have you tell us if you want to, because I know. Do you like talking about your songs, or would you prefer that we just listen to them and come up with our own?
I mean, both. I want people to listen and just, think their thoughts and feel their feelings, but I don't mind. I don't mind talking about. I'm not like weird, one of those no, kind
No,
of
yeah.
people. Yeah.
Yeah, I understand that idea a little bit of like, because the song becomes yours to the listener, to the individual, because you may have your own interpretation in it. You as the listener, I think, take it and make it yours and relate to it. And so I could understand that as the person that wrote the lyrics or created the song, that it might not be that fun to dissect a song for a fan.
You have to at least be cool with the fact that whatever your intention, right? Like, what is it? A new criticism talks about the intentional fallacy, or like whatever you set out to do, like whatever you think you're doing in a song is gonna live side by side with a bajillion other people's experience of what they
Hmm.
think you're doing. As long as you're cool with that, I think you can definitely have your own, well, like here's actually what it meant to me and like what I
Yeah.
thought I was doing. And but yeah, be prepared and be cool with the fact that that's not going to align with 99% of people's experience and
It's probably cool for you to hear it from a fan or a listener, though, isn't it? To like, this is what that song meant to me. Do you get that a lot?
oh
That's
god,
probably got to be cool, to
to
like,
make people feel anything. I mean, like I can't even stress that to you enough. Like it's so hard where they talk, there's all this talk about the attention economy and like just how much noise is out there, especially now, like to make somebody feel anything that
anything. You know?
you're like, "Oh, okay, so you connected with my content as the kids call it now."
Mhm.
It's like, we used to call content words like records or books or what. But like, if you connected with my content and it made you viscerally respond in any way, that's the point, right? That's the point of the whole thing. So it's not so much about like what your response was, it's just that you had one, right? Like that's deep,
Right.
and that's not easily come by, right? So yeah, to your question, I mean, it never gets old that the connection happens, right? Like
Hmm.
whatever it is, and if it happens to be like, oh my God, like I was going for that, and you like picked up on the breadcrumbs that I laid out, and like or whatever, amazing, right? But the fact that just even people are listening, and feel anything is never not a trip, right?
Yeah, it's got to be so cool. But I'd imagine there's a lot of connection with your music because the lyrics are so so good. They're so relatable, and they're um, I don't know. It's just I really love this album, really do. Big Stage is what it's called. Because this show, John, will air and begin airing this weekend. I wanted to do a little plug for your new best friend Jeff Bridges, if I could.
Please.
Jeff,
Yeah.
so listen to this at the Granada Theater. This is very cool. They're starting to screen old films and the classics. I went and saw The Fugitive and The Forrest Gump, and they have a Q&A. And so Jeff Bridges, he's out on the circuit right now doing another Q&A for the Big Lebowski screening. It's an evening with the dude on April 19th at 6:30 p.m. You can get tickets at Granada website theater. So I wanted to plug that. So thanks for letting me do that, John.
How is
Uh,
that not already sold out? Go to
I
that.
don't know. I don't know. That's got to be so cool. So here's my Jeff Bridges impression. You grind, man. You grind. You are always creating new music. I looked at your Bandcamp. You've got so many great EPs and albums and singles. You're touring. You're doing festivals. You're doing radio with me today and podcast interviews. How do you slow down? And when do you slow down? Uh, Is it? You mentioned in the first segment that I don't know if easier was the right word the word that you use, but you're able to kind of pick and choose and decide what's important and what's going to move you forward, what makes you happy and what doesn't. So
Yeah.
how
I
do you do
mean,
that? How do you slow down?
I feel like life is definitely as vivid and packed and full of color, if you will, as it's ever been, right? I mean, as a new dad and a family guy.
Congratulations.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, it's just I don't feel slow. I feel kind of I honestly kind of feel faster than ever in terms of just like the volume of things happening, is very high. But I think we talked about this like off air or whatever. It's just about you try to push quality over quantity and you try to do quality control and you just try to do as much high value stuff as you can, and you try to push down the things that really don't add as much value or really matter, and that just maybe gets a little clearer. I don't even know if easier is the word, but like it's a little clearer when you get to be in your 40s or whatever and you've been doing music and entertainment for a long time. I just know what I want to do, So like
Hmm.
now, yeah, there's we're what? That's April 16th, so we're literally a month away from the street date of Big Stage. We've been touring. There's more shows coming. I'm fully caught up in that whole cycle. There's like 4 videos we've done where it's a lot of mayhem. That's been like a ton of work and time, but a treat and a pleasure. Um, but I'm already like, now I've got the next record really has come into focus. I will play those songs, in the living room on piano while my son is getting ready for bed and we're hanging and doing our family hang and stuff. And it just somehow it happens, like you find a way, like it just is still all coming together. And it's somehow organic and somehow just happening. I feel very, very blessed, like I know these are extremely fortunate circumstances to be in. But yeah, it's just there's a lot going on. But if it all feels right and just that I think the intuition that you have this far in is kind of what you just got to trust that you can do a lot, but you have to fight for the things that you choose, and you got to make them count. And there's just a whole lot of stuff that has to get in that process. So yeah, I don't know if I answered that for
Yes, you did. You did. And the album's name, is there a story behind that? Big Stage. Um, or is that something that's left to the
No,
fan, the listener?
yeah. So, well, you spent, and thank you so much for spending time with the songs, right? I mean, so that the opening track, the title track, the first song, it just became immediately apparent to me that in sequencing a record and sequencing this record, that was the first song. That was the only place that the song made sense in the record sequence. It I like to think that the side A all the way in through half of side B is kind of a bombastic experience in a hopefully great way of like a lot of rock and roll kind of color, and it's very up and there's just a lot happening. But I wanted so just yeah, to sneak up on your question, I wanted to put that song right there at the beginning, to let you know that hey, there's a lot of rock songs behind this one, but there are going to be some moments on this record that are profoundly um, uh, raw and stark, and I feel like that song just had to be first. It just had to sort of set the stage. It's a record, and I talked with your esteemed colleague Arwen, who's so great. I love Arwen. We're big
Yeah.
Arwen fans. Shout out Arwen. Talked about this with her a little bit on her show. It's a record in many ways. It's a record about dreams. It's a record about chasing dreams. It's a record, as I say in the song "Letters to Randy Newman." Maybe the dreams we're chasing don't exist anymore, right? It's about all that stuff. The song Big Stage is definitely um dealing with that theme. It's pretty on the nose, I mean it definitely is autobiographical to a large degree, but there's some license and some creative license and some borrowing and some, not it's not all kind of hard on sleeve, but it is a lot of hard on sleeve. But it very much has to do with kind of what you think it does from a sort of career and
Yeah.
aspirational standpoint and all that stuff. But it also has to do, and I talked about this with like the my friend Stephen Fiore, who does music by the name of Young Mister. He's like the creative director that's done a lot of these amazing images for the singles and the album art, and he's been like my right hand guy in a lot of the creative. The idea of the big stage, it's like, yeah, for guys like me, it's like, you want to be on it, and it's the thing you're chasing your whole life. And the big stage is at the festival, like you've arrived, that this thing that you're, the holy grail that you're chasing, and that whole like tension and that push and pull. But it's also like, what else is the big stage? Like, well, it's like the astral plane,
Hmm.
it's the whole ball game,
Yeah.
existence. It's a lot of other things too,
Another
right?
one of those topics that's like relatable, or those um, just a couple words that is relatable to everybody. The big stage, where they want to get to, what they want to be and become, and yeah, it can
Right.
mean so many different things, right? To so many different people.
Yeah, that's it. So I just thought it was kind of like an inviting way to introduce the record, to begin kick off the record, to begin, was to kind of like, yeah, put that seed in people's mind, like to get them thinking about what that means to them, like what is the big stage for the listener. It's a loaded kind of turn of phrase. Is just certainly means, you can glean what it probably means to me if you listen to that song. But I think it invites people to tee off on, kind of checking in with what is their relationship to those two words. And that's a loaded, hopefully, invitation to engage with checking in with themselves, right?
Yeah, John, what's your big stage? I know you've got a stage, the one that you want to perform on, that you've got to walk out onto. You got a dream of a
Man,
stage, particular
the best
stage out
ones.
there?
Well, I'll tell you the coolest rooms I've never played. Right? I'm like, I've never played the Tabernacle in Atlanta, Georgia. I have seen some effing transcendent shows there. It's funny, I joked with Benji and I were talking about this the other night. Like I very sincerely and unironically love like Greg Allman's solo music. I saw him play I think it was like 2000 or 2001. I saw like a New Year's Eve show at the Tabernacle, and he came out with like "I'm No Angel" with it skinny, skinny, and I was just like blown away. I was like such a sucker for that, and I just like I love that stage. I love the Tabernacle. Never played there. I love the Beacon, right? I mean, how many amazing shows have I seen at the Beacon? I mean, you know, I've seen some of just the coolest stuff in the world, like even WFMU. I don't know if you know them, the radio station in New York.
Oh yeah, I do. I do. It
Yeah,
comes up a
yeah,
lot.
like that.
Yeah.
I think I saw, you know, I just like casually saw a bill there that was like Jeff Tweedy, Randy Newman, Amy Mann. You know, one night I was just
Wow.
like the best thing I've ever seen in my life. I think the Beacon. Obviously, I saw like an amazing Donald Fagen show there. Saw him do like Nightfly, and then a bunch of Steely Dan hits. I mean, just the Beacon's very important to me. So I think the Beacon. Like it's rooms like that. It was Chicago theater, right? Places like that. Those to me are probably the Ryman, right? The Ryman in Nashville, I would think would be transcendent to play that room. Uh, Places like that.
Are you the guy that will make that happen? Do you feel like you're going to make that happen?
I
I
would
think you
love to,
will.
man. I hope, you know.
I wouldn't bet against you. I think that's going to happen. Hey, we got to take another break, which means we get to listen to more of the album. Big stage behind me. If you're watching this interview on YouTube channel, is the cover art for Big Stage, and I think it's beautiful. Is it your wife? Is it one of those friends that you mentioned that do your art covers? Who did
That's it.
the
Yeah,
cover?
so I gotta give a shout out. So the guy's name, it's Stephen Fiore, and he does music as Young Mister is his artist name. Check him out. He's exceptional. I mean, absolutely amazing. One of my favorite artists working today. So he's the guy that's done a lot of these single. He did this album already. He's done a lot of the singles. We just kind of collaborated like on the cover, like we did with a lot of the single art, talking about vibe and you know feel and stuff like that. And yeah, he cooked this up from God, I'll have to maybe on the other side of the break, I'll like dig in my email, tell you where he sourced it. But he sourced this photo from somewhere and kind of worked it up or whatever. But it just immediately resonated with me. I thought it was evocative. We love the shadow. It was all about the
Yeah.
shadow. Yeah.
Yeah, it almost looks like it's a watercolor, but it's a photograph, and
A
the
real photo.
colors and yeah, the colors are just beautiful. The color composition. So that is the new album is Big Stage, and speaking of Big Stage, we're gonna play the title track from the new album, Big Stage, Jon Lindsay's new album. We're gonna play that right now. And John, you're welcome to say anything if you haven't already set it up for us yet. I also want to give out before you do that though, Jon Lindsay on his socials, Instagram, Facebook, Bandcamp, YouTube, website, real easy, johnlindsaymusic.com um, or Jon Lindsay Music, excuse me, for all those handles, all those social handles. But you can also get to them directly if you forget any of that by going to johnlindsaymusic.com, JONLINDSAY music.com. Jon Lindsay's new LP Big Stage out next month on the 16th. So pre-save davinrecords.com or johnlindsaymusic.com and pre-order the vinyl while you're doing that.
Please. Yeah.
Coming up soon, yeah. Vinyl man is back, and I'm so happy that it is. And so many people, my friends, buy the vinyl, and not all artists are offering it. So this is really cool. This is one of those albums, Big Stage, that you're going to want to keep in your near your record player. If you don't have one, go get one of those too. What I mean, just go all out. Big stage. Go for the big stage.
I
John
will just
Lynn.
quick, I'll say, yeah, the pressing on this, it's 180 grams. It's a fantastic pressing. It's done by Poorhouse Pressing in Raleigh, North Carolina. It sounds exceptional. I'm a little
What does
biased.
180 grams mean as far
It's
as
just it's
quality? The
the
thick one.
thickness, the weight of the wax. It's a, I mean, some people are like, oh, that doesn't do anything for fidelity. I don't know. I'm not an expert. But it's a beautiful product that they made. It sounds awesome. So yeah, please do check out the record on vinyl. And also, I would say about this song, check out the video. I think it's really fun, and it's got my wife and my son in it. We had a lot of fun. We were just kind of knocking around the zoo, as James Taylor would say. Uh, for this video, we wanted to do something kind of like in and around our house and Savannah. And I'm not an actor. I'm not like I wish I could like make videos on like the Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers level or whatever with that kind of vision, that kind of budget. It'll never happen. But these hack videos that you see me doing, they're aspiring to kind of speak to that vibe. And I think we got there on this one. I think it's cool. It's just got an unexpected little twist. Sort of turns into like this like Lost Weekend scenario. It kind of, you think it's going to be this like sad bastard kind of total devastation scenario, but it turns out like my wife was just out of town and I'm just that guy knocking around the house and everything's fine. I
The
don't know.
Lost Weekend, you're taking me back to my film school days. I remember, did you watch that film, The Lost Weekend?
I did. I did
You did,
watch.
yeah.
Yeah, of
The most
course.
depressing thing in the world. It was on the same list with The Bike Thief. I didn't like that one either.
Well,
John Lindsay. What'd you say, John?
as I buckle up for tears. Yeah.
Go for tears in black and white. Um, but at least you can say you've seen them. That's pretty cool. Good reference there. Big Stage. You're going to listen to it right now. We'll be right back after this break.